Hello YouTube, I am back again. So the painters were out this week. They actually started a day early and they are coming back again tomorrow on Monday. So the last day they were here was yesterday. So this part of the filming, as you can see, what's been done is they've like painted over the pop-out doors and they worked on the trim. So they did like some filling or some plastering or whatever between the wall and the trim, and then they painted the trim. So the all the molding, crown, lower molding around the doors and everything, they got those painted with the same color Sherwin-Williams paint that we have upstairs, which I can't think of the name, but it's a white color. And you'll see soon, they started also working on the doors. They sprayed those down with the same paint as the trim. So by the third day that they were out, they got some paint on the walls and we selected this color. It's a bit darker than what we thought, especially in like that little stairwell section where there's not as much light. It seems not as dark in the more well lit areas, but of course like the windows are currently blocked and not as much light is coming through the basement as we're used to. So this color I believe was Ellie Gray by Sherwin-Williams. And as you'll see, they started doing most of the walls. I think at this time the bathroom walls weren't done. And of course my office nook walls are not done because I have no walls completely in that whole room. So I don't know what type of delays that's going to put on the process, because as you'll see in the next few clips, when they get to spraying the ceiling, that ceiling isn't getting sprayed in the office nook area because again, that room is not complete. And I still have no ETA on cabinets. I have no ETA on finishing underneath the stairs as well. So that's holding up a whole bunch of stuff. So yesterday they came out and they started the ceilings, which is one of the pieces that we were super apprehensive about. Like, you know, our thoughts that, okay, if you're painting this ceiling this dark color, like, is that gonna make the whole room look dark? It does not. Especially since the recessed can lighting and stuff is up there. It's my understanding, like, once everything gets done and dialed up, floors and everything, you won't necessarily, like, you won't have any effect of the black ceiling. Super duper cautious down there because they had just finished. It was super wet still and dripping on the floor. And you'll see some later clips where I came back in last night and it was still wet in a lot of spots. And I'll show you like some of the areas where it's just kind of like rolled off of things in the ceiling. And so what you'll see is like this is the first spray of it. So of course they're coming back out on Monday. Hopefully they'll be able to get everything filled in. And then of course the last week after everything is done, they come out and they do touch up paint throughout. So not super concerned about that. So this was when the ceiling was still like super wet. As you can see in some spots it's like super juicy, other spots it looks kind of ashy looking. And so you'll see some film later showing the many hours later in the evening, but it was still super wet. So this is when I came back down, maybe around 11:30 p.m. in the evening. And of course, there's still some sections that's still super juicy, as you'll see. And I'll go even closer to some of the other areas throughout this video. You'll see where, like, I'm going to show you like the floor where it's dripping down at. I'll show you like some of the areas where it's dripping off of the utility items above, and like almost like if someone swiped it off. And so I guess that's why they, do an initial spray, they come back out and they do another spray. I know that there are also some other flaws where some of the black spray got on like the trim and the walls and stuff like that, but again, they'll be doing touch up the very last week of the build. So super confident in that and not too concerned. As usual, thanks for watching.